Rahal has been through a roller coaster over the past week, and this adds another layer to it. And they're doing everything they can to get him fired up. This is, and always will be, the greatest spectacle in racing. This is the Indianapolis 500. And Alex Palou leads very strong into turn one. Rinus VeeKay and Felix Rosenqvist with Scott Dixon going high.
Side by side with Scott Dixon there. A great move from the veteran. We got two wide all the way down through turn one. As we see turn two now, everyone files through clean.
A couple of drivers thought about it, going side by side. I'm looking at Takuma Sato, Tony Kanaan in that orange and black 66 at the back. And Sato trying to push his way through. His Pato Award in that black car is falling back fast.
And ahead of him in that papaya orange McLaren machine is Alexander Rossi all over Santino Ferrucci.
Yeah, it was a great jump there from Rossi. He got around Pato as Pato tried to get on the inside of Ferrucci. Borderline three wide, but now it's Felix Rosenqvist under threat from Scott Dixon.
They find their rhythm now.
This is the gamesmanship. This is when you start to figure out if the driver's in front of you or behind you, are they going to ride and conserve a little fuel and use a little patience here, or who's going to push? Right now, look at this. Oh, this is brutal. Graham Rahal back on track, but 2 laps already in the books. He's got a long way, a long, tough road to get back on the lead lap.
And on the other end of that is Will Power, who has made up 3 positions from his grid spot. Look at Rinus VeeKay. Here we go. First pass for the lead, and the young Dutch driver takes it. Let's get an update on Scott Dixon. What's happening, Marty Snyder?
We have seen him go from 5th to 14th. He has a left side tire vibration, something teams have been dealing with all weekend long. You can see it here on the onboard camera. You can also hear it in his voice when he talks to the radio, on the radio to the team. He has asked several times, can we come in? Can we come in? Mike Hole, his strategist so far, as he loses another spot, has told him to stay out. But Dixon now coming to pit road. He said a moment ago, I just can't stand it any longer. These vibrations are so tough, and that left rear one makes the car extremely loose. So Scott Dixon will pit earlier than he had planned in the initial phases of the race. They wanted to go to lap 32, but pitting here at lap 26, it would be tough to make it a 5-stop race for Scott Dixon.
As we're cycling through this initial round of stops, and there's 2 drivers on a massive catch-up. That's Scott Dixon and Graham Rahal.
But you're looking at drivers like Rinus VeeKay and Felix Rosenqvist, who's in the pits now, able to go that much longer, Marty. That's great for them.
And that's going to be key. They can just stack that on top of other stops later in the race. Had a hectic pit road there. Lap 33 working right here. We'll see when they cycle out, Jeff.
Marcus Ericsson versus Joseph Newgarden there. The 3-team Penske Chevys have been on the attack. Newgarden especially, he made up 5 positions from his starting spot very early on with a good opening stanza. Look at this. Scrambling here is that Catherine Legge on the right-hand side of your screen, right on the white line.
And you saw VeeKay and Ferrucci go by as Catherine Legge is coming in off the turn 3 apron. She must have some sort of issue. Kevin.
Pato Award comes in. He was 5th. He's cycled up to 2nd. He wanted no changes. The car is good so far.
Kevin, how about these McLarens running longer than everybody else? Alexander Rossi leaving pit road as well. So that's something to note for later in the race, Townsend. McLaren's terrific fuel mileage.
Excellent. Excellent if you are McLaren to go that far. It just opens up your options. You might even be able to make it on 1 less stop, but it's going to take some yellow. Here comes Rosenqvist on his teammate. Rossi blends up. So McLaren right there on screen. Rosenqvist, Rossi, O'Rourke running nose to tail.
3 of the 4 Arrow McLaren Chevys right there on your screen. Wonder what the story is with Catherine Legge, especially seeing how she came in on turn 3 as opposed to pitting off turn 4. This is her exiting her pit box. Oh boy.
So wow. Close. How lucky is everyone that there wasn't a crew there set up.
This has been a Chevrolet-dominated race. There's only 3 Hondas in the top 10. Here comes race leader Alex Palou. 2nd stop in the American Legion Honda.
That is earlier than I expected. if this was to run green the whole time, Marty, it would be tough to do it on just 5 stops.
And you see Santino Ferrucci pitting right behind him, and this is exactly what we talked about. Townsend, you and Hinch just mentioned it. It stacks on itself all day long. In fact, Barry Wanzer told Palou on the radio in the middle of the run, we're just going to be in this situation where we're going to have to pit earlier than everybody else. Handling very good, but Kevin, that's the penalty for leading.
Early on in this last end, Santino Ferrucci said, what did you do? Did you go the wrong way on the wing? They said, no, we just didn't add enough. Later on, Ferrucci came back and said, it gets so loose at the end, I think we just have to suffer through it, Marty.
Second round of pit stop starting here. So Scott Dixon radioed to his crew. You see him on pit road, said this set much better. No vibration this time. He said, I have no idea what happened with that first set, but playing from behind for the rest of the day.
All smooth for Rinus VeeKay as he pits and rejoins, and look at that, ahead of Alex Palou in that blue and white number 10, and that's a dicey late move.
On the inside of Marco Andretti in the cooler Honda, and coming up fast is Santino Ferrucci. He clears Andretti as well, waiting on Rosenquist, O'Ward, Rossi, Power and company to make their second round stop. Out goes the Verizon Chevy, back into it. Meanwhile, at the front, Felix Rosenquist knows that he's got Rinus VeeKay and Alex Palou coming, and coming fast. And Power knows that he's going to have to get up to speed here quick. Look at Pato O'Ward on the inside. Slices up on Rinus VeeKay, tucks in behind his teammate.
A forceful move, but I like the patience out of VeeKay. Still early in this race. VeeKay's right at the front with a fast race car. He's not going to risk it going into turn 1. RC Enerson holding up the pack a little bit here. Have to see how Rosenquist plays this. How urgent does he feel like he needs to lap RC Enerson?
And that's just it. RC in that red and white car out front here, a lap down. But Felix Rosenquist, he can't wait too long. He wants to get around there and clear up this lap traffic.
We have a retirement in the field. Unfortunately, it is Catherine Legg of Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing.
Santino Ferrucci goes past Palou. What a move.
Power move from Santino. Strong swing to the outside. Cuts across the bow of the 10. Nothing really Palou could do there. We've heard maybe struggling a little bit with the balance of his car, but look at the gap already that Ferrucci's pulled out. And now Alexander Rossi in that orange McLaren all over the back of Alex Palou. Another team that is super impressive so far is Team Penske. Will Power up in 7th. Joseph Newgarden, we talked about, up 9 spots from where he started. They might not have had the pace in qualifying, but as we've always said, this team shows up in a big way. The Pennzoil on board with Scott McLaughlin. Takuma Sato high off of 2. That was tight. Outside. And now Tony Kanaan trying to come on the inside.
Half inside.
Power making moves, and you can see all kinds of dust in the air. I think that's from Tony Kanaan making a pass in the grass on the back straightaway.
We didn't see what happened to Takuma Sato. Now is Benjamin Peterson, and that red number 55 for AJ Foyt Racing goes by Takuma, but he slowed up and caused all this mayhem. And look,
he's struggling. He's hanging on.
He's lost his
got
momentum.
An issue.
They were scrambling everywhere. Look out, look out.
Okay here, inside.
There are cars going everywhere.
Oh, that's Stingray Rob.
Yellow.
First yellow of the race, and one of the rookies in the field. McLaughlin goes one way, Kanaan goes the other, and the day is done for the Dale Coyne Racing with Rick Ware Racing rookie.
It was
Stingray Rob done.
Makes you wonder if it was a late move from Graham Rahal there in the 24 blue and white car for Dreyer Reinbold. Yeah, side by side there. You just can't do it this late in the stint, Townsend. Over 90 laps of green flag action. That's going to put a lot of marbles up there.
Oh, he's mad at Graham.
First caution of this Indianapolis 500 after 90 plus really good laps of racing, and here comes everybody headed for the pits. First in line, Felix Rosenquist of Arrow McLaren in the NTT Data car. Kevin Lee.
And this timing of the caution is not great for Arrow McLaren because they had the best fuel mileage. They didn't need to pit for a little while. Pato O'Ward is going to hit his mark first, just wants a little bit of wing. In front of him, you're going to see Santino Ferrucci. This helped them. They were short on fuel, Marty.
Yeah, Kevin, kind of a game reset at almost halfway. A lot of drivers saying they want more downforce. You see Felix Rosenquist, bottom left of your screen, the leader coming on the pit road, said he feels very good about the handling of the car. Meanwhile, Rinus VeeKay said he's had a vibration on literally every run of the day. They make a wing adjustment, and the McLaren guys easily hold serve
Hey, Marty,
here.
oh
my goodness.
Palou is out. Palou just got hit by Rinus VeeKay, who got sideways Are you kidding me?
Wow. We told you earlier that pit lane, your race can be made or lost, and you're seeing the latter for the American Legion Honda with Alex Palou. The two guys who shared the lead for so much of the early part of this race have come together on pit road. VK on your left.
So similar to what happened to Catherine Legge, just came out of the pit box. Yeah, he had cars on his outside. He had to keep it in the transition lane, fine, but just kept his foot in it, went around and took out Palou. He may have gotten away without any damage, but I promise you a penalty's coming for the 21.
Check this out. Look to the right-hand side of your screen. Christian Lundgaard almost hits a team member, hits a wheel, and more chaos on pit road.
It's just so easy to do. You're coming down. Those are team cars. They're pitted side by side. The last minute pull out back into pit lane, unfortunately, hit a tire. There'll be a penalty coming there. And then here we see Alex Palou coming in, getting the front wing changed at the same time. They're going to also put a ton of downforce on that car because now they're going to be back in the dirty air, not running up front like they were before.
Callum Eilert leads, and the reigning champion goes right around the outside. That's Marcus Ericsson. He got 3 positions in the one turn.
All kinds of action. Mid-pack, Rosenquist immediately to the front. But look at this 3-car battle. 2 Penske's and a Ganassi. Ericsson goes wide, and how about Alexander Rossi?
We just saw Stingray Robb end up in the wall being that high, but after the sweepers, you can utilize that second lane. Will Powers hung out to try. Connor Daly, Scott Dixon, 4 wide.
Dixon trying to go on the attack, and on the far left is Kyle Kirkwood.
4 wide at Indianapolis.
The pink car is Kirkwood. Good positions made there. Sato gets around Scott McLaughlin. Dixon's not done with yet either in the orange and blue machine.
Scott McLaughlin in that yellow submarine for Penske got checked up on the inside there. Everybody rolled around the outside, but look at Marcus Ericsson, guys. The defending race winner trying to get another position there on the outside. That was a cracking restart.
Santino Ferrucci saying not so fast as things settle down, but it was hairy at the back of the field. Alex Palou already up to 19th. He is charging back forward. Award now goes to the front.
And as you see Award take the lead, Rinus VeeKay drive-through penalty for that contact with Alex Palou, and VeeKay's currently running in 7th. He's going to be out of that and out of the running. That's
maybe not. Maybe not. If he can stay on the lead lap. VeeKay's currently in 7th.
Ferrucci on the inside, Rosenquist on the outside. Eilert's gone from 1st to 4th. Rosenquist, Award, Ferrucci, Eilert, and the defending Indy 500 winner, Marcus Ericsson, on that restart was outstanding.
Look, we've seen these cars up front, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, Rosenquist, Award, Ferrucci, but guys, P4, Joseph Newgarden is all the way up to 4th place, 13 spots up from his start. He has just been slowly, quietly, methodically getting his way up. Yellow flag pit stops, that's always going to be a strength for Team Penske. He picked up a few more, and this number 2 red, yellow, and white car for Penske is absolutely doing exactly what it needs to be doing to find its way into the fight.
Ericsson up the inside of Callum Eilert. That red and white Husky Honda continues to climb its way forward. Ericsson 5th now. Look at how stacked up this is. This is wild. I want to show you a replay here just a few moments ago of the teammates again exchanging the lead. But look how long this train is growing.
And guys, they are stretching this thing. The speeds have dropped. Awards down to 207 miles an hour.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody is tiptoeing except Alex Palou. Look at the left-hand side of your screen. The guy we thought was out of this thing is up to 15th. He has more gas because when they had to fix his front wing, they were able to plug in and give him more shell fuel. So Alex Palou is going to take big advantage of everybody going slow here and try to pick his way back to the front.
We see Felix Rosenquist come out of pit lane ahead of his teammate Pato O'Ward there leading this path. How much further AJ Foyt Racing can go with Ferrucci? And here's the answer, Kevin.
And he was legit running 3rd behind Rosenquist. He said, I can pass him if you want me to. The car is awesome. The last AJ Foyt car to finish in the top 5 here in 2000. He's away.
Overshoots his pit, guys. Hurd overshot his pit coming in.
Oh no, and it's his teammate immediately ahead, Romain Grosjean.
Well, his tires were already changed. I wonder if he stalled maybe coming out.
I think you're right, Hinch. Here it is.
Oh, he has.
Contact. They sent him right into his teammate. Although if you watch the right front tire changer, he was telling Colton Herta to hold.
Caution is out. What is it for? And it's for Romain Grosjean in the DHL Honda for Andretti Autosport.
The guy's dead.
Looks like off of turn 2 again, guys. That was the same spot that he had issues last year.
Romain Grosjean at the 3/4 mark of this race, way up in the marbles, and drills the wall. Ready to go, and the green flies here at the Brickyard. Ericsson will see that first and take off.
Remember that last restart went crazy. Now we're just 44 laps from an Indy 500 win. What's going to happen now? Joseph Newgarden to the high side of Ericsson going to 1.
And Ferrucci on the outside from 5th to 3rd in the 1 move.
Great outside move from Santino. 3 wide on the outside. We've seen him do the outside into 3, and look at them fanning out through 2, 3 wide in turn 2.
This could get crazy back here. This is desperation right now. Deep in the pack, they are trying to find a way past.
Hang on, guys. They are going wild.
Front wing is loose on Lundgaard's car. Watch out, he doesn't know it. He'll feel it right here, though.
This is on board Augustine Canapino, the rookie.
Outside.
He goes up the inside of Scott
Outside.
McLaughlin.
Still there.
He might be a rookie, but he's not showing any fear at the speedway, that's for sure.
And Lundgaard did not pit, so he doesn't know, Townsend, that his wing is hurt as they're still jockeying for position. 3 wide further back in the field. Guys, we're in that last 50 laps.
What's
it's
up?
time to go.
McLaughlin to the high side of Canapino. That was close. On board here with the Argentinian rookie. He's done a great, solid job all day, and up front, side by side again.
That is Marcus Ericsson back to the lead in the Husky Honda for Chip Ganassi Racing. The Swedish driver in control over Newgarden, Ferrucci, Rossi, Rosenquist. The top 5, Kyle Kirkwood, has been nicely, quietly sneaking his way to the front. The best of the alternate strategy, Pato O'Ward sits in 12th position.
How
Keep your
about
eyes on him.
Santino Ferrucci? AJ Foyt Racing is now second in the Indy 500, 40 laps to go.
We talked about this. With the way that yellow fell, it is now flat out. It's not about saving
Lead
fuel,
a couple,
Townsend.
boys.
So it's
Go for
about
it, baby.
who's got the pace, and right now, AJ Foyt Racing has the pace as the McLarens go side by side. Felix Rosenquist in the white and orange car around his teammate Alex Rossi.
And you gotta love the instructions to your driver. Ferrucci wanted to know, hey, do I need to save anything? No, you go for it. You go to the front, lead this race. We're good on fuel. We'll make one more pit stop.
One more stop, he's going for the lead. On Memorial Day weekend in the Stars and Stripes,
all clear.
AJ Foyt
Let's go.
Racing with Santino Ferrucci leads the Indianapolis 500.
And we've talked a lot about strategy today as Kyle Kirkwood starts to flex some muscle, passing Newgarden for 3rd. But let's keep strategy simple now. Everybody, one more stop to get to the end. The only question, when do they elect to come in?
Willpower.
Moving
Slow.
slowly. That steering wheel doesn't look very straight. I know we run a bit of offset on the wheel, but that looks egregious.
Carpet? Yeah.
Did he smack the wall?
They just asked him if the car's bent, and that's a great call, James. I've seen Will Power get really wide in the exits of turns 2 and 4. Where did this happen? Turn 2. He's been flirting with this all day long. Right rear, that's going to bend the toe length.
Oh, boy.
It's a small mistake, but a costly one. With only 32 laps to go in this race, effectively that will be done. You can see the bent suspension on the back, in the right rear corner there. Tough break for a day that was already going tough after the weight jacker broke on Will Power. As we see Santino Ferrucci, Kevin, he is in pit lane.
And I think this is good enough to be able to get home. Larry Floyd has been talking with him, saying, you can lead if you want. It's going to be tight, but we can get there. Little front wing change. Let's keep an eye on the homes for troops, ABC Supply Chevrolet. Final stop, likely. Half turn of front wing, they get it done really quickly. How good is this stop? They needed to be a quick one. Track position is going to be key, and that might have cost them a little time.
They just totally lucked out that
Oh my
random
goodness.
front tire rolling across the track was able to be grabbed.
Here they come, Kevin Lee. There is a heap of cars on pit lane.
The American from Tennessee, Joseph Newgarden, has done everything but win the Indy 500, 2 championships, the winningest IndyCar driver, maybe one stop away from a win here at Indy, Marty.
Marcus Ericsson feels very good about the car. The team saw the stop by Ferrucci's team. They know they need a clean one here. Going for back-to-back 500s. Rosenquist also on pit road here. Everyone flat out for the rest of the race with 29 to go.
All right, so where is Santino Ferrucci? Here he comes into turn 1.
Penalty for Ferrucci,
Oh.
but it's not a drive-through. It's a warning and it's a monetary fine. He is still in this race.
As he goes by Scott Dixon, Kyle Kirkwood, he's going to have the run on Joseph Newgarden.
Here comes
And
Ferrucci. Here's the battle. Ferrucci drafts up on Rosenquist, who beats him out.
Inside for Ferrucci on Rosenquist.
so it's just Marcus Ericsson that stays in front.
All right, go get him.
Go get him is the call.
Here we go. Your reigning champion, your defending 500 winner is out front with less than 30 laps to go, but Santino Ferrucci chewed him up and spit him out earlier. As now Felix Rosenquist on the inside of the 14.
A little surprised that Ferrucci didn't defend Rosenquist more aggressively. Ferrucci's struggling to get this thing wound up and up to speed. Cold tires, but should be warm at this point. And now Newgarden and Kirkwood are coming strong.
How about
Grab
Kyle
on the
Kirkwood?
here.
Don't discount Kyle Kirkwood. Here comes Newgarden on the outside of Ferrucci. The Shell Chevrolet.
Here comes Pato Award. I think Ericsson will get him, maybe Rosenquist, but Pato Award should slot into third and be able to defend on Newgarden.
And he's got
There you go.
much newer tires.
Beside you, outside,
Not much.
outside, Felix, you're clean.
Clear in third with
Good
Newgarden
job.
hot in pursuit.
That worked out.
This is for the win.
That worked out very nicely for Pato Awards. You heard his engineer Will Anderson say mix 3. This is for the win. It's
Whoa.
Alex Rossi
Whoa.
so close to the wall.
Just a little subtle reminder, this is for the win. And let's not forget that Pato Award told our Kevin Lee earlier when Kevin asked him, if you're in the position you were a year ago to make a move on the last lap for the win, he said, I'll be going for it this year.
He had a good shot last year, but he was very conservative backing out of the throttle. What does Rosenquist do here? Look at Award!
Inside, almost a pass on the grass, gets second. So now the two guys who were duking it out on the final laps last year, it's a rematch, it's a repeat.
2.0, the battle, Ericsson v. Pato Award. We have another thrilling battle coming. It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out. Marcus knows how to lead this race at the end. He knows how to break the draft, how to unleash the dragon, as it were. But Pato Award in that black McLaren is hounding him.
Pato's got a little bit of understeer coming off turn 2, but a massive run. Pato Award low and to the front.
Ericsson can't fight.
Clear, clear.
Clear, clear, he's not going to fight that. And Pato Award, is this going to be a dream come true? There's still a lot of work to be done. 16 laps left here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
That tire advantage is not nothing, though, guys, as we see Joseph Newgarden on the outside of Felix Rosenquist. Moves that shell car.
Oh!
Felix in the wall, big time.
This is going to be a big hit right here. I don't know if he's going to keep it out of the turn 2 wall. Oh, no!
Kirkwood.
Ooh.
Kirkwood upside down.
Guys, this will be a red flag, almost certainly. Huge impact.
There's Kyle Kirkwood, acknowledges the crowd. This will decipher what happened. Right-hand side of your screen is Rosenquist. Newgarden goes around him, getting a little high.
Yeah, when the car in front of you comes down, it takes a bit of the air off your front wing. You lose some front grip. Joseph left him some room on the bottom. It's not like he took all the racetrack, you see that, but Felix just getting in the dirty air, and then, yeah. Once you hit
at
that
this point,
first wall,
that right front steering arm is broken, and he can't steer the car. He's out of control and just a passenger. And here comes Kyle Kirkwood, almost avoids it as the left rear comes off. And a vicious crash for Kirkwood. Cockpit first along the safer barrier. Those cars on fumes are forced to their pit boxes to top up.
And that opens up the pathway for Pato O'Ward, Marcus Ericsson, Joseph Newgarden, Alexander Rossi, Santino Ferrucci, Alex Palou. Do not count out Alex Palou. Ready for the restart at the Indy 500 to see who will win. Can Marcus Ericsson defend his victory of a year ago? Will it be a first for Newgarden or O'Ward? Here we go at the Speedway. The restart at the Indy 500. Marcus Ericsson and Pato O'Ward. And here comes Joseph Newgarden, taking the lead for Team Penske.
And stacked up behind him with Joseph Newgarden, third to first. You see them two wide scrambling. Maybe a dive down into two there from Connor Daly on Scott Dixon.
Watch Santino Ferrucci and Alexander Rossi on the back straight. Rossi's in the orange car. Ferrucci goes to the high side. These two did not like each other in practice on Friday, and Ward goes to the front.
O'Ward on the inside of Marcus Ericsson and spins. Pato O'Ward has crashed out of the Indianapolis 500.
That was a wild ride for Pato O'Ward. Thought about going to the inside, came up, went back down for a late move. Other cars involved, Augustine Canapino moving slowly, and it looks like one of the Meyer Shankage. Oh, no control, obviously, for Canapino. Hits the stopped car of Pato O'Ward. Carnage in three.
Simon Pagano is the pink and white Meyer Shank car. Canapino comes to a rest next to O'Ward.
There's Simon Pagano, 2019 winner of the Indy 500. Is Meyer Shank Honda to a stop. Oh boy. We said it was going to be an 8-lap sprint. Well, we didn't even get one flying lap done, and Zach Brown, CEO of McLaren Racing, just shakes his head saying, there's our biggest, best chance gone, and another red flag. Pato out of the car. Watch the black and white car to your right.
You see that late pop out. He faded to the right, then dives back left. He goes all the way into the grass hounds, and you saw his left sides hit the dirt.
Look at the save from Ericsson,
so
too.
High.
I'm pretty sure there was contact right front to Ericsson's left rear, and Ericsson did a beautiful job to save it. Here's a tight shot of O'Ward. Heavy right rear impact.
Get ready. This is going to be unbelievable. Who wants it more? Who's going to be able to perform under the most intense pressure? Green, green is the call here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's go and watch Alexander Rossi, fourth car.
Oh, they're wrecking.
Big crash.
Peterson, Graham Rahal, Ed Carpenter, all in the wall before start finish.
Uh-oh.
Marcus Ericsson is credited with leading at the moment with 4 laps to go. Guys, do we have time for another red flag?
This is what went down. They have to reset again. Green flag flies on the speedway. Palou is on the inside of Rossi, but Ericsson has bolted. Ericsson sprints away from Joseph Newgarden and is doing what he did a year ago.
The second year in a row we see him unleashing the dragon as we see almost contact between Palou and Ferrucci. Ericsson leads out a 1.
Ferrucci threw a shoulder at Alex Palou and said, don't you dare. Ferrucci trying to get a draft off Newgarden and Ericsson, but Newgarden with a monster run off turn 2.
Joseph Newgarden has never won the Indianapolis 500 and he's ahead on this last lap. Joseph Newgarden, is this the moment when the pain ends?
By one.
The drought, is it over for Joseph Newgarden, or does Marcus Ericsson have something?
By 2.
Team Penske at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Joseph Newgarden finally wins the Indianapolis 500. It's the captain's 19th win, Newgarden's first.
This guy right here grabbed the brass ring and took it home.
Oh, not going up the fence, he's going through the fence. Joseph Newgarden into the crowd. Look at this.
Newgarden is celebrating
He might never make it back.
This is awesome.
Joseph Newgarden, you are now an Indianapolis 500 winner.
I'm just so thankful to be here. You have no idea. I started out as a fan in the crowd, and this place it's amazing, regardless of where you're sitting. It doesn't matter if you're driving the car, you're working on it, or you're out here in the crowd, you're a part of this event and the energy. And so thank you to Indianapolis. I love this city. I grew up racing karts here when I was a kid. And I'm just so thankful for Roger and Tim and everybody at Team Penske. I just felt like everyone kept asking me why I haven't won this race. And, they look at you like you're a failure if you don't win it. And I wanted to win it so bad. I knew we could. I knew we were capable. And I'm so thankful to Shell and Team Chevy, everybody. It's a huge team effort, as everybody knows. So I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Watch the Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix Sunday, June 4th at 3 p.m. on NBC.